how to choose your top 5 oils. This is always a tough question. But now that you've been with me for a while, that you've been using Dropsmart, you are probably closer to reinventing and rethinking how to choose the top 5 oils. And the way I would like to present it to you today is again through these pie charts, through chemistry, and through what we talked a lot about last time, and that is a little bit to think about having all notes covered in your top 5 essential oils. So having said that, I would start with oils that have top notes. So I will start with oils that have one main component that is dominating, because it is so easy to blend with it, and it's easy to add to other essential oils. It gives me more control. It gives me more ideas what to do with the oils. So I would like to have a few oils that are very singular in their chemistry and cover all notes. So first I will start with any citrus oil. So I would recommend you choose a citrus that you like and go for the one that is rich, that is very rich in monoterpenes. So for example, you can of course choose bergamot as well, but it's harder to work with. Where if I choose something like grapefruit, it is so rich. It has over 90% of limonene. It is just so easy to add it to anything, like to add it to lavender to give it the high note, or to add it to ylang ylang to help it with the high note and bring it into more balanced ratio. So I would suggest that for your first oil, you should choose a citrus that you perhaps like the most. If you're more into sweet smells, you might use a sweet orange, clementine, or mandarin. It has a bit more of that sweet but rounded smell. If you're more into something like lemon or lime, it is still sweet but more fresh. Grapefruit I find very useful because it is not so sweet, so I can use it for clients that want that freshness but don't enjoy a sweet smell so much. So go ahead and choose one that you like. You can also choose one that is least phototoxic, for example. That could be another reason why you do it. And then to justify why you chose it, please do go click and see all the wonderful benefits that you do have from having an oil rich in limonene. See, it's almost 95%, because limonene is so predictable. It's so nice to mix with anything. It has tons of references here. I'm just scrolling very quickly to show you, and I didn't come to the bottom of it. Let's go back. So the number 2 oil I would suggest for you is, now that we have a top note, let's have a middle note. And the one I like is linalool. You can choose any middle note you like, but linalool is another one that is very researched. It has a flowery smell that most people like, and it is easy to blend with. So you can go either for oil that has, let's say, over 25% of linalool, but I suggest you go higher, because then it's easier to blend. If you're not a beginner, if you already are mastering this chemistry, then you might want to go for a blend of linalool and linolyl acetate, like lavender or lavandin or neroli. But I would suggest, for the sake of this experiment, to choose an oil such as coriander seed or hovewood. Is the easiest oil to work with, because it has usually over 90% of linalool, and I can add it to any oil where I need a little bit more of that antidepressant action or sedative action. It's very, or for pain, so it's very easy to look to use it very targeted. So for whatever it is that I need, maybe an oil needs a bit of boost or support in that direction, whether it is the smell of the middle note or it's the sedative effect. It's very simple to use. So I would suggest first a citrus oil rich in limonene, and next component I would have linalool, so an oil very rich in linalool. That would be my second choice, and you choose the one that you like the best. So after that, we covered those two. I would really like you to have something that is more medicinal and something that will activate you, because linalool is help you sedate and pain, and it smells nice. We have limonene that, you know, it can go either way. It just gives you that freshness of the energy. But I suggest you have something with 1,8 cineol. So it might be the typical eucalyptus globulus, something with over 50%. So let's take a look at what that could be. So here I will give you a little bit of freedom. It is top 5 oils, but top 5 that might be, for example, in your local area, ones that smell a little bit better for you. Eucalyptus globulus might have too much of that intense smell, so you might want to use a radiata or a ravinsara, or another option that you find a bit more appealing. You might go for a little bit more rounded smell, something with laurel leaf, because here you have, if you remember from previous video, you have a bit more depth to the smell of it. I love to use myrtle, for example. You have some myrtles that are quite high in 1,8 cineol. So this is a combination. Usually 1,8 cineol comes with pinene, and these oils I would use for all kinds of infections, respiratory infection, bacterial infections, for pain. These kind of oils also activate you, you know, your mind, help for focus. So this is why I would suggest that you have one of these in your cupboard. It will smell more medicinal, and as we said in the previous video, this is more of a middle to high note, so that is what it will contribute to your collection. So first we have a very nice light smelling citrus. Then we have a flowery smell for sedating, for pain, for emotional issues, something with a lot of linalool. And now we're attacking really those infections and those things that do need a little bit more of a medicinal smell as well. So also for activating the mind. So let's say you chose lemon for your first essential oil. If you put lemon together with whole wood, it will help you relax. Whereas if you put lemon together with eucalyptus globulus, it will help you activate and focus for whatever it is, through getting through this video, for example. So these are 3 oils I would suggest. And the 4th one, I would suggest something with citral. So let's take something with aldehydes, but citral or citronellal. I do prefer citral because it has a bit more of an intense smell, and again, it is a pungent one. So I would not use this on everyday basis like some people do, but this is more of a targeted oil. So for example, I like to have melissa because it's the only thing that helps me with the cold sore, but it's enough if you have a lemongrass or a mage hang and you know how to blend it well. So as you're noticing, I like oils that are very singular, and then I can blend them however I want. This will come in handy for different kinds of infections, and it is a middle note. It will give that fresh smell. It blends very well with geranium or something with linalool. So those monoterpene alcohols, they blend very nicely with aldehydes. So this is the 4th oil I would suggest, something within this range. And for your 5th oil, we are missing the lower note. So I would choose something that has a lower note. So if you go for something with sesquiterpenes, for example, you will see that it is something like cedarwood, like manuka. I would choose, I personally like to choose cedarwood, or I would suggest copaiba, patchouli, you know, something that will lower the blend And these oils, such as patchouli and cedarwood and copaiba, tend to be more gentle on the skin, more soothing for the body, mind, and spirit. So to bring a nice counterbalance to all of these. So these are my suggestions for your top 5 oils. And if you have this kind of a collection, you can blend it with pretty much any other oils you may choose. You can, of course, blend them within themselves. You can choose oils that are a bit more less singular than what I suggested, but I definitely love to have at least 5 of these oils that are very singular in chemistry, and that means they're singular in their smell as well, and in the note that they will add to the oil. So when I reach out for them, I am actually creating a blend on several levels of what I want to create. I am adding certain physical properties to what they will be addressing, physical properties. I am adding to their smell. I want to make sure that my blend also has all 3 notes, and it is very easy to implement as you have just 1 or 2 chemical components that are dominating there. It gives me control over not just the smell, but the outcome of the effect, the healing effect I want on my client. So thank you for watching. I hope this was very useful, and you're going to go and reorganize your cupboard now. Thank you for watching. Bye.